So yeah, this is my opinion piece on the Charlottesville rally of all those white supremacists and Confederates or whatever, Confederate um, supporters or sympathizers. Alright, first of all, this shit has been blown out of proportion. It's not that important, the rally itself. The uptick of racist attitudes in general in the last few years is more important, and how all the TV channels, etc., are drilling into people's heads that this is the new normal and to accept it as such. Because the main idea is that these neo-Nazis are out of control and everyone else is kind of powerless at stopping it. At stopping them. That is the main point. Yeah, that is the main point that will transcend all others. And people who do harbor intolerant views feel like their views are gaining ground and success, and it's worth trying to go along with them and express them more readily. So yeah, that's basically what they do. The news, look, it's first like a sugar-coated bullshit message. They pretend to be outraged at what's happening, but then like they make pretty like weak criticisms of the white supremacists. Like they were protesting, right, marching and stuff, and then the other counter protesters were doing the same thing, right? But these, I don't know, it seems like these guys went a little bit too far. Or maybe that guy wasn't, it was a sympathizer, but it wasn't in, like, they didn't really condone it. Like, the actual people that were marching, they didn't really condone that mowing down with his car. That guy mowing down the crowd with his car. But, whatever, I don't know. But, still, like, I don't know, they drive people to think in those ways. Yeah, so this is just, you gotta keep thinking more about this, because, yeah, I think they've, or I don't think, I mean, they're, like, using this, taking advantage of this to, like, wreak havoc on the, like, society and shit, like, the neo-Nazis, but, I think they're misguided, or they misunderstand what. I don't even think the Civil War was fought over slavery, or not because the North cared so much and wanted to free the slaves. There were like economic reasons. Should look into that and think more in depth about that. Yeah, because they're like, it's just they're misrepresentations on all, like, everywhere. There's a lot of shit being misrepresented. Yeah, so basically that's what the news do. Like, they try to like act as like they're against it or they don't approve it. They're like outraged, so they keep reporting on it. And then they do like real weak criticisms of like the reasons for doing it are like really weak, or like and stupid, and they keep pounding people with these like messages and shit. Yeah, so they basically sugarcoat the news. Like, they report this news as being outrageous, and like, look at all these intolerant people protesting and stuff like that, but they blow it out of proportion more than what it is, because I think it was just a few hundred people. Anyway, that's what they do. And then, oh, look, this is, they're so bad over there, this and that. But the more you keep reporting it, it's starting to make it look like the new normal, like the common consensus. So they're basically harming society more, because they don't do thorough like criticisms of the white supremacists. They just like they just like brush up just skim the surface, or like brush up on the surface of the white supremacists. They could be doing better criticisms of that. They don't do it, but then they still, that's their like excuse to get the report out. But then the other messages that they're there, and like they're being like blown out of proportion, so that makes it look, that entices or elicits the other people who have views like that to like feel comfortable and be able to express it. So it actually expands, or like propagates these that mentality, or those views. That's what the media are doing, while claiming that they're so outraged and this and that. And so that's been my opinion piece. So it's like, the gist of the story is that they're outraged and they don't approve of it, but then they keep reporting on it so much. And for like the people, according to like regular according to like people who are actually watching in their houses, according to reality, like the criticisms they provide against the white supremacists are not good enough. So the other message that stands is that they're the new normal, the common consensus they're